Hey guys, what's up? So let us discuss one of the most important thing that happened in modern India at the start of the 20th century. It is called as the partition of Bengal and the Swadesi movement, sir and ma'am, very very important. And I will just not tell you the facts. I'll tell you the actual concept what happened, and that's how you can remember it for a long term. When you talk about Bengal province, it is not Bengal of today. Okay, it had Assam, it had West Bengal, it had Bangladesh, it had Odisha, it had Bihar. It was huge. It had almost 25% of the entire population. 8 crore people lived here, roughly mota mota, and it was a large provincial state of the British India. It had the capital of British India, that is the Calcutta. In 1911, it was shifted to Delhi, and there were Bengali people, Hindi people, Odia people, Assamese people. So many people were there. So they had the reasons, as I've already spoken, and there the capital of British India is Calcutta. Now let us talk about the partition plan. So it was announced in January 1904 by Lord Curzon. Okay. So he was known for his very bad attitude towards Indians. He did not like Indians at all. He wanted to make the education British monopoly. So he passed Indian Universities Act. So his plan was to make Bengali minorities in Bengal by including them with Hindi and Odia people and separating the East Bengal. Again, the second plan was to divide it on religious basis. So there is seed of communalism for the first ever time in India's history. See, Muslims came in India as early as 8th century, 9th century, 10th century. By 11th and 12th century, they were well established in India. Delhi Sultanate had started in 12th century. But there was not a single instance of mass scale riots where people were fighting because of religion. Okay, so this rioting, this communalism, this is a very recent phenomenon of 20th century, and the first and the foremost most important thing is partition of Bengal, which led to separate electorates. So that is how he thought about it, and Britishers divided us. So Bengal was divided into two parts. This is the West Bengal. Okay, we will have Hindu majority. Capital will be Calcutta, and it will have Western Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha. East Bengal and Assam will have Muslim majority. Capital will be Dhaka. Till date, the capitals are exactly the same. So you can realize the large scale repercussions of such partition. They have effect which last for centuries. Now, the British gave two reasons why they don't want to do it, but the real reasons were known to the nationalists and now to everybody. Britishers told that this is such a big administrative unit, our capital is here, we are not able to manage properly. If it can be divided in smaller units, it will be better administration, good governance, all that fattebazi was going on. And real reasons were it was a nerve center for national movement, intellectuals were there, Rabindranath Tagore, J.C. Bose, so many scientists, so many intellectual painters, writer, literature, everything was in Bengal. Congress was active because moderate was based here. S.N. Banerjee, a prominent leader, was here, and United Bengal was obviously a threat to Britishers, and Bengalis were known for strong nationalist feelings, and their unity was a threat to Britishers, which can overthrow the entire British Empire. And if the Bengal is divided, it will weaken the national movement because different communities will find it very very hard to come together once they are divided into separate groups. So this is where the line was drawn. So you can see this is East Bengal, okay, this is West Bengal. So that is how the division happened. Now what was the conspiracy? So conspiracy was to divide on the basis of language and religion and put Bengalis with Odia and Hindi speaking people. So in original Bengal, Bengalis were in majority, but now Hindi and Odia are 37 million, but Bengalis are only 17 million. So in West Bengal, if you see, then there are minorities. Okay, so this would obviously create a communication gap within the people, and also on the basis of religion, Hindus and Muslims, they used to come. This was the first act of communalization in India, and it was just 112 years ago, but you can still feel the repercussions till this date because of this division which happened on the basis of religion. Day of mourning means if somebody dies, then you mourn them. Okay, so Bengalis were so sad, they were so sad that on 16th October 1905, when Bengal was finally divided, they fasted, they tied Rakhi to each other, which is called Rakhi Bandhan Day, to strengthen brotherhood. They walked barefoot in procession. Surendranath Banerjee, Anand Mohan Bose, they were the prominent leaders back then. There was an anti-partition movement. Now people usually call it Swadesi movement, but see, Swadesi is not this movement. Swadesi is an act of boycotting anything foreign. So this is Swadesi movement, true, but this was going on before this also, this was going on after this also. Okay, for every movement, Gandhiji promoted Swadesi. So this is called Swadesi movement, but Swadesi as a term means boycotting anything foreign. So there were a lot of petitions were given to Lord Curzon, public meetings were held, typical moderate style memorandums, diplomatic pressure, all that. S.N. Banerjee, K.K. Mitra, P.C. Ray, Dwijendranath Tagore, these were the prominent leaders. Now finally on 7th August 1905, boycott resolution was passed and it was a very large meeting in Calcutta Hall. It was presided by Surendranath Banerjee. So they can ask you which date it actually started. So this is the date which you should remember. Then there were a lot of general protest, like fines on anybody who sold anything foreign. So Brahmins went to such an extent that they refused to solemnize weddings if you are using foreign goods. Import of foreign articles was banned. Indian press started like glorifying nationalist articles. Anand Bazar Patrika was one of the major important newspaper back then for this. Then movement obviously gathered speed. It not only limited to Bengal, it spread around also. Okay, it was just not limited to Bengal, and it got pace when the extremists took over. They believed in radical methods of protest. Lal Bal Pal, everybody should know. Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Bipin Chandra Pal. So they are all extremists. Then V.O. Chidambaram Pillai led this movement in Chennai. So this is also very, very important because they ask in prelims. Salt Satyagraha in Chennai was led by who? So this becomes important. Now, extremists wanted to put economic pressure by completely boycotting the foreign goods. So this was also there, and Manchester cotton, since it was bringing huge profits to the British, they targeted it. So this is the boycott of foreign goods. Now indigenous industry was completely revived because foreign goods demand was dropped. So it had to be compensated by somebody, right? You either import it or you produce it. So we started producing it, so it revived our indigenous industry. This was also a form of passive resistance, and it took mass movement. As I was saying, it was not limited to Bengal. Unfortunately, people think it is just limited to Bengal. No, but it was spread in other parts of the country as well. So it led to mass movement. A lot of samitis were formed, and which were taking the ideas to the masses. And one of them was Swadesh Bandhav Samiti, which was by Ashwini Kumar Dutt. And Samitis also hold some magic lantern lectures to enlighten the people about the movement. So they might ask you when this was done. Then there was a lot of economic revival. Like the obviously movement was multi-pronged. You might be knowing about Ratan Tata. So he inherited an industry which was developed 150 years ago. So J.N. Tata opened the Tata Steels back then. P.C. Roy, Bengal chemical factories. Huge chemicals used to be produced here. And banking and insurance firms started up. Indigenous textile industries gained momentum. So on and so forth. That was a good era for India's economic revival. Now when we talk about, so it had impact on our national education as well. Bengal National College was inaugurated. Then you have Jatiya Shiksha Parishad, which was National Council for Education. It was formed. So a lot of things were happening in national education field also. Now let us see the cultural effects. So movement had huge cultural effects. Songs, painting dedicated to country, they were created. Vande Mataram, which is now till now our national song. It became like everybody used to sing them. Bharat Mata's first painting came during this time by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore composed Amar Sonar Bangla. Till now it is the national anthem of Bangladesh, by the way, if you don't know it. Ganpati and Shivaji festival, again they asked this in MCQ. Ganpati and Shivaji festival are related with the which movement? So answer is like partition of Bengal / Swadeshi movement. And Rabindranath Tagore, Rajnikant Sen, Sayyid Abu Ahmad were the prominent leaders. So can you see, like, there is till now there is no communalist feeling. Everybody is fighting for each other. Now science may, like as I was saying, J.C. Bose founded Indian Science Congress. Very, very important. P.C. Roy, like chemical factory, he was involved in science field as well. So two prominent scientists of that era. Outside Bengal, as I was saying, so outside Bengal you have Bal Gangadhar Tilak. He spread the movement in Bombay. So this is important that it was not limited to Bengal. Lala Lajpat Rai and Ajit Singh in northern India, especially Punjab, Delhi area. Syed Haider Raza, again I was saying, like in Delhi. And Chidambaram Pillai in Madras. So please remember these four names. They will be asked. I am telling you, they will be asked. Then government's reaction. So when we talk about government's reaction, it is pretty simple. That they were doing like lathi charge. They used to, like, lot of people were dead, lot of people were wounded, bans were there, they were arrested without trials. Typical Britishers, what they used to do. Britishers came down heavily on protester. They were surprised with the protest, and a lot of people lost their life because of this. What is the role of Congress? Do you realize that? So Gokhale, who was the session head on 1905, he supported the Swadeshi call, and they wanted to take the movement to the next level, so that they pushed for self-rule. Okay, but moderates were not ready, and extremists continued the pressure up to 1906 session. Because of this Swadeshi movement, and because the moderates wanted something else and extremists wanted something else, it eventually ended up in 1907. There was a Surat split because of this. So moderates and extremists were divided on the issue of self-rule, presidency of the session. Ras Bihari Bose was elected as the president, which was opposed by the extremists. Okay. So violence happened because of that. So just remember that Ras Bihari. And then finally, why movement was not a very big success? Because it was left leaderless by 1908. So there is a very big catch which people forget about it. So whenever there are two people, okay, one is Ras Bihari Ghosh and one is Ras Bihari Bose. So Ras Bihari Ghosh was the president in Surat 1907 and Madras 1908, while Ras Bihari Bose, he was a revolutionary person. Okay, he was a typical revolutionary leader, and along with Arvindo Ghosh, he was associated with him also. He was associated with other revolution, Indian National Army. So B say bomb. Just remember that B is for bomb. That's how you can differentiate between the two. Ghosh was a moderate. Okay. So ultimately, in 1908, it was left leaderless, and it failed organizational structure. It caused a downfall. There was severe government repression, and Tilak was sent to jail in 1908. And upper and middle classes were more involved. Lower class was not that enthusiastic. Then again, no support of Muslims was there, as the British followed carrot policy and they offered Dhaka as Muslim capital. And also there was use of Hindu festivals, so Muslim people avoided it in general. Then let's talk about the turning point in national movement. So the movement caused upheaval in art, literature and science, and there was massive participation, and self-confidence of the people increased in general, and Rabindranath Tagore emphasized on Atma Shakti, that is self-reliance. But the negative part was Muslim League started forming, and it was organized in 1906 as a political organization by All India Muslim League by Aga Khan, and Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was also involved. And its original purpose was to safeguard the political rights of Muslims in India, but eventually it led to like partition of India. So finally, reunion happened. So a lot of political protest happened, and finally the two parts of Bengal were reunited on 12 December 1911, but they stayed united just for 35 years because Bangladesh, that is the present East Pakistan and present is Bangladesh, was separated. A new partition which divided the province on linguistic rather than religious ground followed, and it led to Bihar, Odisha, Assam, and the administrative capital of British India was finally transferred from Calcutta to Delhi as well on 12 December 1911. So I hope you have understood an important lesson in history. Thank you for watching this. Have an awesome day.